Hi YouTube. Today we'll be discussing the Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. Has she redeemed herself from my Magic Foundation review? As that foundation is... Oh, let's just forget about that foundation. Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the second time I have made this particular video because I originally purchased one shade and in the store everything looked great. I even let it sit on the sales associate's arm just because at Sephora you can't swatch yourself. So I let it sit on her arm. She even put it on one of those, like she put it on a spatula because she was saying that it oxidizes. So I should give it a little time. So we chit-chatted for probably 15 to 20 minutes because we actually had some good conversation just because I come from the beauty world. She works at Sephora. So it was a really great conversation we were having and time was flying by. So when I saw the shade after 15 to 20 minutes, it looked like my skin tone and undertone. It looked perfect. It was beautiful. And then this happened. Let me show you what happened in the previous video. Check this out. This... Oh my God. This is not how I looked in the store. God. Man, Charlotte, man. Oh my God. So as you can see, as I should practice what I preach with regards to Sephora lighting and how you should never trust it, I trusted the Sephora lighting and that's what happened. So I did go to Sephora again and I went ahead and purchased another shade, a deeper tone, just to see what would happen. Of course, I bought some more things. I mean, you know how it goes. I went to Nordstrom, bought some more stuff because it's right there. So we'll talk about that in a future video, but let's go ahead and get to the foundation. So as you saw in that video, that particular shade was 12.5 warm and I went ahead and got 14 warm today. And the funny thing about shade 14 was that I actually had her swatch 12.5 and 14 warm, and 14 looked way too deep on the actual spatula and on her arm. It just didn't look right in Sephora lighting, but obviously looks can be deceiving when it comes to Sephora lighting. So gonna give this a whirl, gonna let this oxidize. I actually tested, 12.5. Actually, it took a lot for me to make it work. So I tested that one. So I have a good idea about the actual foundation. I forgot that I had this on the back of my hand. This is Glow Starter from GLAMGLOW, and it's like a radiant moisturizer. And I used it in the original video and I actually liked the way that it looked. I received a little sample from a previous Sephora purchase, so I just wanted to just use this up. I actually did like the way this looked. And when it comes to skin and skincare, I really do appreciate when you guys compliment me on my skin, especially at this stage of my life, being that I am 37. So I am older, I'm not one of these young 20-somethings here who's saying that they're professional or reviewing products that aren't even designed for their age range. So I do appreciate when you guys say that, but at the same time, I'm more critical about my skin, more than anyone else. But I will say the Biossance skincare regimen that I'm on right now, I've been using it for probably, I want to say maybe this is the 3rd week. I've been using all Biossance on my face, and guys, I am blown away. I will say that because there's certain things that I can see on my skin that you may not see. I actually do see results already, which is just interesting because it's very fast, especially being that, again, I'm not, 25 anymore. So it's amazing that I actually see results. I think I'm actually going to wait until probably September. I want to give it a really good amount of time because of course it takes 28 days for your cells to turn over. So I'm going to even give it a bit more time than that so I can really give you a full honest review, because I'm pretty sure that I will empty all the products, so they will be practically empty by the time that I give you that review. I really like how this Glow Starter lights up my skin and it's not, like shimmer or, something crazy. Like it actually is a really pretty glowy moisturizer. For primer, I'm going to use the Veil Primer from Hourglass. This is something that I bought today. I just decided to get it. This is my first time actually putting this on. I just want to see how it looks. So obviously, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but it has like a blue tint. So obviously, where's the box? This has to have titanium dioxide or zinc oxide or something. Yep. I'm really good. Zinc oxide 4.2 ounces and titanium dioxide 2.45. So it has SPF then. This is, well, of course, minimal. So it has broad spectrum SPF 15. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a good shake and apply. So here's shade 14 warm. It's a very warm shade and the color kind of looks a bit orange if I say so myself, because 12.5, man, y'all saw that. It was a fool. And usually because my skin is very yellow, I usually can get away with wearing foundations that look really orange. Should be okay. I'll notice Charlotte Tilbury, so, I mean, I've had issues with her face products because that Magic Foundation, the Magic Foundation needs to be discontinued. So now I'm just gonna blend this out with my Dior number 12 brush, full coverage foundation brush. That's the one thing about this foundation, like it dries really quickly. For concealer, I'm actually going to use the Charlotte Tilbury concealer. Like I mentioned, I did go to Nordstrom today as well. So I'll go ahead and pop this out. This is the Magic Away Liquid Concealer, and I got this in the shade 12.5. Has that fluffy tip, which I don't care for. Like Touche Éclat, you have to prime this, so get this going. Here is 12.5 right here, very peachy, almost like a corrector color. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on. Oh my god, that's really concentrated. Ooh, I do not like this applicator. Like, why do they make this? This is like so messy and unsanitary. Like, why? Like, I have all this product in the back of my hand and I can't even put it back. Like, this is a very concentrated concealer. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna blend this out and hope for the best. Obviously, common sense would have told me, but me and common sense are really good friends. Common sense would have told me to use far less because it was obviously very concentrated, but I used a lot. Wow. Okay, she's calming down, so bring her back to a sense of normalcy. She's coming back, and I'm liking this. It's just very concentrated. And for powder, I will use the Sacha Buttercup. I've immediately become a fan of this. While I let that simmer for a bit, I'm going to just blend out around my beard and my outer perimeter. So for bronzer, I am going to use the Airbrush bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury as well. This is in shade 3 Tan. That's actually going to be the next video. I'm going to review this bronzer, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm also going to go in with the Chic to Cheek, the Pillowtalk. I'm going to go in with this, and this is in Pillowtalk Intense, which is designed for deeper skin tones. Going to use a little bit of Dark Star mascara, the sample size. This is after one time using the Magic Eraser. And if I put the cap on top, it's like disgusting and it oozes out. This is nasty. To set, I'm going to use the Biossance Hyaluronic plus Squalane, or Squalane plus Hyaluronic toning mist. Okay, so let's talk about it. The Airbrush Flawless Foundation retails for $44, comes in 44 different shades, and it's a standard 30 ml 1 ounce bottle. I think this foundation is a very nice looking foundation. As far as, you know, it being a matte foundation, it is a true matte foundation. It's definitely on the fuller side of the spectrum in terms of coverage. So it's definitely a medium to full coverage. You really do not need a lot of this product at all. I will say putting on the concealer as well. If you ever buy that Magic concealer, do not take out too much product because it is so thick. I had no idea. I didn't read up on it. I just saw it when I was walking out of Nordstrom. I forgot that they even had a Charlotte Tilbury counter because I actually went to Sephora first and I stopped and said, oh yeah, I meant to buy that concealer. So I went ahead and just got it and I didn't know. So definitely just know to use like the tiniest amount because it's very thick, creamy, concentrated. Don't use a lot. When I'm looking at myself on a monitor, I feel like my skin looks flawless. When I look in a mirror, it looks flawless. It's beautiful. Paired with the bronzer and the concealer, I really like this look. It just gives me like this sun-kissed type of like matte sun-kissed look, and I think it looks good, and I hope that it translates well on camera, just because, you know, when I'm on camera, you know, for things to show up, I will use more than I average or normally would in most videos, depending on the formulas, depending on what I'm going for, just so that it will show up and read on camera, just so that you can see it. But, you know, overall, like, I'm looking at a monitor, that's why I keep looking down. I really like it. I think it looks really good. The foundation is beautiful. It definitely, even though that shade was awful, 12.5, it was a horrible experience for me, you know, when I actually tried to do it on camera, because I wore it, you know, just to test it, and I knew it was not my shade. And I went through that previously off camera, but, you know, I wore it, tested it. It definitely is great as far as, you know, being a matte foundation. It definitely does perform. And per Charlotte Tilbury's website, it mentions, let's see, this foundation is the secret to a flawless, poreless looking, confident complexion. Stay all day, weightless, full coverage formula with a natural matte finish. This is a hybrid Magic Skincare Airbrush foundation for every occasion. Also mentions that it's sweat proof, humidity proof, waterproof, and transfer resistant. I didn't really test it for that, but I can do like a little test with a napkin here on camera momentarily. What else? It says moisturizes for up to 24 hours. It's really it about this foundation, but I will go ahead and test. Let's see. Let's talk about transfer. I'm just gonna pat this into my forehead just to see how much picks up, or if any. Okay. So I'm not sure if you can see that at all, but it's very little that actually transferred, and it's probably my bronzer that's transferring as I'm doing this. So overall, I really do like the look. It's definitely a step up from the Magic foundation, which again, I think that foundation should be discontinued, thrown in a vault, throw away the key. Like, it should be like literally eliminated from earth. Like this, it is like one of the worst foundations I've ever used. Absolutely hate that foundation. I think they need to make a normal to dry counterpart to this. Just make a magic formula, get rid of the original formula, come out with a similar bottle. And again, I know, and as far as the bottle's concerned, I do like the packaging. It's really nice. It has frosted glass, which you know how I feel about that. Is this worth $44? Definitely. It is a good foundation. I just think the shade range, there's just something about it, like it's just really odd, because for me, when I got 12.5, it was way off. However, I do feel that it's weird because in the 13s, if you look at the 13 shades, within most of the shades, they have a warm, cool, and neutral undertone. However, in 13, there's no warm. But I do feel like if it actually existed, they had a 13.5 warm or 13 warm, whatever they want to call it, I would fall more in that category. And it's not that the foundation's the wrong shade per se. I just think that 13 would probably, if I could just go a step up just a tinge, it would actually look better on me. But overall, I think this is a nice foundation. If you have checked out this foundation, definitely leave comments below. Let me know if you have tried that, if you've tried the Airbrush bronzer, have you tried the Cheek to Chic, have you tried the Magic Concealer. Oh my god, that stuff, that was a surprise. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with a whole lot more, guys. Bye.